Hello everyone, Luke Smith here. Thursday the 24th of October. Let's do another reading the files of a Resident Evil game. This time we got Outbreak. This is basically it's different scenarios of the characters, of people, survivors of Raccoon City, trying to escape. So this happens alongside Resident Evil 2 and 3. So yeah, it's different scenarios. This is the first game. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 scenarios, and it's got a set of files per scenario. This is mostly an online game, but online for the PS2 wasn't great, so everyone played it single player. So Outbreak, the Outbreak scenario. Newspaper. Daylight slayings, clouds loom over Raccoon City. RPD announced it will set up a special joint investigation HQ for a serial murder case in which over 30 murders has already occurred. While there is no connection between the subjects, the methods in which the victims were slain are all similar. Ordering a joint investigation into serial murders was the rational thing to do. The scale and the detail of the investigation has not been made public. Authorities has been avoiding announcing any details of the cases. They are sticking with the stance to prevent any copycat crimes from occurring. Rumour has it that a certain number of press has obtained some information. The suspect was temporarily insane at the time of the incident. Authorities continue to take a no-comment stance on the faculty of these rumours. The case seems to be quite problematic, and that is in the Outbreak scenario. Staff room of Jay's bar. Pick up the Raccoon Times paper located. You automatically acquire it. And it's in the drawing room as well. That's both on normal. I think it's in different locations depending on the difficulty and who you're playing, because you can play as any character you want from the list. Diary of the bar staff. I hate the kids living in the next apartment. They sneak into this building via a access way on the roof almost every day and cause so much trouble. The day before yesterday, they closed the shutter on the 3rd floor while I wasn't looking. Because of that, I couldn't go to the roof to get the package I needed. Why would you have a package on the roof? Then I got a good scolding from Jack. How ridiculous! It's not even my fault. Tell him the truth. I can't remember how many times that they broke the lock that holds the sign to the chain link fence. However, I have welded it so it will never be able to enter. If they should break it, I'll sue them for damage to my property. You better watch your butts, kid. And that was in the locker room of Jay's bar. Jack's memo to Cindy. Cindy is one of the playable characters. I think Outbreak is her personal scenario, but like I said, you can play any of the characters for any of the scenarios. Please bring the package from Robert's store to my room. I'm having lots of dangerous customers lately, so I asked him to fix up my guns. Like Robert Kendo then. I've had enough. Those muscle-bound punks have shown up almost every night for 1 week. Tonight I'll threaten them with my gun and turn them away. P.S. There may be no space in my room for the package. In that case, just put it in the drawing room. And that was in the owner's room of Jay's bar. Playing manual 1. Okay, you normally get these playing manuals like at the beginning of the game, like at the starting file. This is basically showing you how to do things in Outbreak, so I'm not going to read it. I was actually on the floor in the men's bathroom. Okay, something you do pick up. Okay, it's a second player manual. Basically, yeah, how to play the game, how to swap partners. Well, you can't swap partners, but how to like help people, that sort of thing. Single player mode. This is basically how to play the game. I'm not going to read the playing manuals in this because it's long-winded. Okay, now that's basically it for actually no, Raccoon Today. That's a new one. An eerie voice from the underground. Recently, there's spooky talk around the South Campbell Street. It is said that groans can be heard from the drainage system at night. That would be scary as fuck. It's easy to dismiss it as a ghost story that middle school students love to talk about on the camping nights, but the amount of missing people has increased rapidly at this locate for the past month. 8 people have gone missing. Strangely, the missing people have a lot in common. They are all single white females, 18 to 23, with beautiful blonde hair. Oh god, it is Irons, isn't it? Irons is kidnapping them girls. The street was wrapped up in dense fog a day after they went missing. From the sewer drain which runs north-south along the street, a woman constrained voice could be heard for several hours. Of course, the drainage sewers has been thoroughly investigated, but neither the missing person nor any trace have been found. The police department had so far denied the relationship with the bizarre incidents that has rapidly increased after the mansion incident. However, the events must be related. It's definitely Irons kidnapping them and taking them through the sewer. And that was in front of the Apple Inn in the town part. Pretty scary, to be fair. Below freezing point, top secret memo. The sample currently stored in the lab is a parasite that was injected by its host due to incapability. It is extremely unstable, and you have to be extremely careful when handling it. When transferring the sample, use a portable capsule manufactured by MI Corp. Also, chemicals in the capsule get contaminated every 4 hours, so they must be changed. Any failure to do so could result in the subject awakening. Please be sure to handle with extreme caution. R&D 1 Martin Walcott. And that was in the B4F Culture Room Underground F4 on the desk. I think it's like parasites, isn't it? Because I know Nemesis was created using a parasite, so parasites was there since day one, I'm assuming. Researchers will. Oh, I do not believe this. 3 days has passed since a couple of subjects, MA-125R, who escaped from B area, began a killing spree in the laboratory. I think at least 10 of my colleagues has been killed by them. However, I got to experience the horror firsthand, as one of their giant sharp claws ripped through my body. The bleeding from the room just doesn't seem to stop. How are you still alive after they attacked you? I'm assuming it needs a hunt, as they are lethal. Why? Why did we create such terrible things? We had no right to play God. Well, at least he's speaking sense there. The only thing left for me to do now is to destroy the laboratory temperature controls. When the temperature drops down to about 0 to about 0 degrees, they would be frozen in their tracks, hopefully. That's about the only thing I can do for now. Damn my foolishness. And that was in the low temperature laboratory of the underground. Staff memo. September 11th, 3:30 PM. Number of guests 4. Checking the other possible additional user guest. Entry name guest. Password none. That's the same as the Resident Evil 2 original thing. And that was in the emergency passage of the underground, on the floor and the left of the northern vent. Inter-office memo. Due to several misplaced material incidents, we have decided to introduce a passcode system. With this new system implemented, we'll be able to check and log each time the cabinet doors has been opened or closed. This increase in security should cut down on material mishandling. At the same time, we are currently organising the chemical cabinet. The task should be finished by early next week. Please note that this information is confidential. Fucking names. It should be understood that our company will persecute all offenders to the extent of the law. Password. That. Head of Administration Division, Walter Ryan. That was in the B7F laboratory underground, on the computer that is on the desk in the north corner of the laboratory. Laboratory memo. UMB number 20 to UMB number 3, add VP017. Changes colour to auburn when mixed. A very potent weed pesticide. Very effective against plants. Please be careful when handling. Careful handling is required. And that was in the B7F laboratory on the storage units lining the west side of the room. Is that monthly passcode? On the first day of this month, the passcode setting has been changed. We advise that last month's code will become invalid at 12 AM on the day this new password is initialized. B5F computer room C582. B4F East Area Passage A194. In the meantime, as you are well aware, you can unlock these electronic locks for doors with a security level of 4 and lower via these codes. Caution should be taken by all security managers when handling these codes, so they are not leaked to outside sources. Administration Division, Senior Staff Member Walter Ryan. And that was in the C passage on the floor next to the vent. Custanian's diary. I had a pretty shitty day today. I accidentally lost the turntable key, which Rick in admin gave me. I'm sure I look like an absolute crap. If management finds out I lost the key, getting fired will be the least of my worries. There's even a rumour screw-ups could be even used as bait for some creepy test subjects the company is working on. Thank God Roy from security found a key in the bathroom and brought it to the admin. Although I thought I found out about this through my boss, who looks like he's about ready to clue me a new one. Man, I haven't been ripped such a big one since I was a snot-nosed brat in junior high school. Sheesh, like it even fucking matters. You can't do everything. You can't do anything with the key if you don't know the code in the first place. Man, when I quit this company, I'm going to use that key and the code to make those elevators my own personal private ride. Even I wouldn't get a code as easy as to remember as the word hope. So hope is the code word for that. Yep, my own personal elevator. Kind of like the sound of that. That was in the B4F East Area Passage of the Underground. And that was all the ones in below freezing point scenario. La Hive, male nurse's diary. We should have disposed of that nasty crap much earlier. I got Robert's body as well, even though I made sure to seal up the body in an airtight bag. The ammo in the spare gun we would keep if the security ran out. Hell, bullets didn't even dent it. What the hell am I gonna do now? The bite wound from that thing just won't clot. I have lost so much blood that I feel nauseous and dizzy. Whenever I go out and hide, that damn thing is always on my heels. It moves so incredibly fast. Come to think of it, In the beginning it was a lot slower. It's a predator, and I think the smell of blood is exciting it. I am done for. I'll be the next. So in other words, he got done over by a hunter. Room 302 in the hospital. Oh, this is the hospital level. On the bed closest to the window, acquired automatically when you pick up the male nurse's diary item. Repair work memo. Repair plan. AC unit switch panel. Main entrance. 3rd floor to 4th floor landing space. Room 403. B2F channel drainage. Authorised personnel only. That's in the nurse's centre. Setting manual. Elevator floors of operation. Normal. 3F B1F. Level 1 B2F. Level 2 B3F 4F. Administrator is in charge of deciding the security settings for the various areas. A switch to security level 1 requires a 4-digit code, whereas a change to level 2 requires a voice code authorization, and that's in the elevator control room. Piece of a memo. Cabinet B6. Red chemical code number that was in the office. Notice I'm actually reading them quite quick now. Chemical code message. Here are the reagents for today. As usual, I put tentative names on the label. Please replace the names in the correct codes. Replace the names with the correct codes and keep them in the cabinet labelled B6. Name, tentative code, Cerulean C4041, Emerald E1160, Turquoise T7221, Carmine K1210, Ivy 1 or I 2005, and that was in the nurse's station. Researcher's diary. Damn umbrella. I understand the need to choose a location few people would investigate, but why the hell choose the sewers? Birkin and that pig of a chief. I am a normal man. I don't want to trudge through such filth, not even for 5 minutes. I won't go to the laboratory until they provide me with a boat. I finally got a boat. Oh, okay, that was quick. But it doesn't handle well in the narrow channels. Oh well, thought it was much better than walking. That was in the laboratory of the hospital. Investigation request. Can you investigate the leeches captured around the sewers? They seem to be different from those previously logged in our records. I assume that they're a variant of the virus, but we can't verify it here. They seem to be different from the leeches that Dr. Marcus was involved in. There are gigantic one that are failed to capture. It's been estimated to be more than 1 meter long. They discovered that the leeches were vulnerable to light heat. Please be careful when examining the leeches. And that was in the laboratory of the hospital. So in other words, yeah, there's like 2 types of leeches. There's like the Marcus leeches, and these are like the new ones. Card memo. Due to a change in staff, key cards are now managed through a senior staff member, Dr. Scott Jones. Obtain permission before using them. Contact doctor's box on the 1st floor of the nurse's desk on the 3rd floor. That was in the passageway of the hospital. Security guard guide. Physical strength and techniques are not the only skills you'd need as a security guard. You'd also need to know about your surroundings and be able to act on snap decisions based on those surroundings. Make sure that you check the map often and grasp the situation you're in, and have the guts and gumption to act on your decisions. Actually, one of the skills you will need as a security guard can be performed by pushing the X button while aiming. In other words, shoot the fucker. The rest of the file is illegible due to the bloodstains. Well, that security guard fucked up then. And that was in the night reception of the hospital. And that was it for the Hive. Hellfire. Guest Memo 1. Dad told me to keep a diary whenever I join a new school, so today I'm testing it out. Dad was always busy. He's a university teacher. He left early in the morning to have a meeting with some bigwig. I have to get ready to change schools, but I have to watch over the hotel room until Dad gets back. Man, there's nothing to do here. I've already searched out over the room for something fun to do. There was a weird picture. I touched the switch next to the picture a couple of times, but nothing seemed to happen. I'm so bored. I'm getting hungry too. I do hope Dad gets back soon so we can eat. That was in room 102 of the Apple Inn Hotel. So this is the Apple Inn section. Guest Memo 2. Louise. Thanks a lot for your offer, but I've decided to go with Ed instead. I just don't think I could get away from all those sad memories if I stayed here. While I was looking at the picture of the old castle in my room, I started thinking about Manchester, where we were raised. Now, is that Manchester in America? Because I know there's one over there. Or is that Manchester over here? I'll never forget those fun times that my mum and the two of us had before the accident. But I just don't want to think about that. Anyways, I hope that you'll be okay without me. I'm sorry. Goodbye, Amy. And that was in room 104. Guest Memo 3. September 23rd. It's true, I'm the only one who specifically requested to stay in this room, since it was where my late wife and I used to stay. It used to be a peaceful state where I could do some writing while remembering my lovely wife. Oh, isn't that nice? However, there is a new hotel owner, and he put some strange map up as a decoration. The cursed thing is flickering on and off and keeping me from concentrating. I was hesitant to complain since they gave me a big discount on my stay, but my patience has worn out. I'm going to leave and find a more appropriate hotel in the morning. Isn't it like, it's a map that's flickering? I'm pretty sure you can like try and take that down and like put it up when you go. Room 204 in the Apple Inn Hotel. Janitor's repair memo. Repair locations. Switchboard disconnections. General piping in the boiler. Wall cracks in room 302, 304 and 305. Ventilator in the front lobby. Guest room repairs take priority. And that was in the linen room of the Apple Inn Hotel. Guard's notebook. Routine patrol on the roof starts this Saturday. Switchboard repair request Kyle. Passcode in the security room is that. Sandra's book administration present tomorrow. And that was in the linen room again. Emergency manual. How to use the escape ladder. Use your hands and feet to climb up and down it. The ladder is installed in the hall of the second floor. In the centre of the lobby is compactly stored except for emergencies. Oh, okay, it's one of those ones. It extends whenever the smoke detector goes off. Well, that's a funky one. To avoid power problems like power outages, the device is connected to a special emergency power supply. During normal operation, please be sure to switch it over to the emergency power supply in order to operate the unit. The emergency power supply is controlled via the switchboard in the north end of the first floor. Now it's in the security office. Janitor's daily report. September 17th. I was told to check on the alarm device every week from now on, but I only used it twice a year. The new owner seems to be a worrywart. Who would want to break in here? Well, to be fair, you've got to check the alarms like every week, to be fair. That's what we do at work. September 21st. I had a drink with Todd, the security guard. He was grumbling about a new type of keycard installed in the rooms. The number lock on the south door should be enough. What a pain. September 22nd. Todd left a key card in the bathroom and I brought it to him. When I told him to keep it together with his daughter's photo, he seemed embarrassed. I'm sure he sure can be a jerk. September 23rd. That strange noise in the boiler room just keeps getting louder and louder. I doubt retightening the bolts in the pipe would help. I'll tell the owner next week. No reason to come in on Sunday. And that was in the storeroom. What was this? Guest list copy. Security box number duplicate. And it's guests in the hotel, I'm guessing. All that lot. And that was in the owner's room of the Apple Inn hotel. Hotel charge breakdown. Room service. Afternoon tea. Laundry. A service charge. Total $12. A. Evans. A. Lowell. D. Losso. J. O'Donnell. J. Wilson. And that was in room 101. So that was Hellfire. Next one, our last one. Decisions. Genealogy facts. Common in cats and dogs, but sometimes displayed in humans, there is a genetic mutation known as odd eye, in which a person's right eye will be a different colour from their left. That's hyperchromia. I know people with that. It's actually more common than you think. I don't think it's a disease. It's more like a birth defect. You can't fix it, and it won't hurt. It's not going to damage your sight. At least I don't think so. But yeah, it's heterochromia, not odd eye. Another extremely rare case occurred in a moose discovered in 1981 on Columbia Mountain in Canada. The case states that the moose had a shining red eye and blue eye that sparkled like jewels. Oh, that's the that's like the tiger eye puzzle in Resident Evil 1 in Code Veronica. Current Affairs Office in the university. So this is all university stuff. Bloodstained memo. George, I'm a dead man. Oh yes, it's George, because you get to play as him as well. Hurry and create that reagent and get the hell out of Raccoon. Something is written on the back. There is a reagent incubator in the lab. Collect the 3 key ingredients and set them in the incubator, and the reg is eligible due to the blood stain. In other words, he got killed before he could complete the letter. Study room of the university. Reagent generation memo. Reagent component. P base, V poison, T blood. Okay, there are the ingredients then. Simplifies the components in the incubator located in the lab. The machine will automatically mix the components. It will take some time to totally mix them. Once it's generated, you can make a copy by setting it in the high-speed incubator. P-base. Generated 2500 milliliters for the reagent. Since storage device in the lab is out of order, sample is being stored in the basement tank. Keep a sample in an airtight case or it will dissolve. V poison. Generated from bee poison as a culture catalyst. It is kept in a lab. Gathering usable amounts of V poison is very labour intensive. Handle it with care. T blood. T blood from a creature infected with a T virus. A sample from Greg should be arriving. Don't they get the T blood from tyrants? Pretty sure they do. Now it's in the study room. Again. Oh yeah, I've done that. Section of a diary. September 17th. We don't have enough V poison for the compound. I vaguely remember there being a wasp's nest in the emergence tower, but I shouldn't just get recklessly wandering over there. Granted that, I'm stuck without the necessary components. I guess I'll head there after I equipped it with some protective gear. I mean, isn't like a better way is just to get yourself stung and like I know it stinks like fuck, and as long as you're not allergic to it, but get stung a couple of times and it's like make a little incision where the sting is and like squeeze it into a little test tube or something. That's an easier way rather than fucking catching them and milking them. That was in the control room, emergency tower facility. Cable repair request to Roger. The power cable on the ceiling is decaying. If you leave it how it is, those pesky rats will gnaw it in two. As you know, a powerful generator is used at this university since they use many high output lab devices. If the cable is cut, someone could get electrocuted. Please call a repair person to have him fix it. I'll be on business and I won't return for a while. The generator is located on the northwest side of the first floor hall. Be sure it's done. Patrick. That was in the Waterworks manager's office. Part 2 of Torn Memo. ... I'm guessing that's a code. That was in the F1 passage B. Oh, okay, Torn Memo. Here we go, it's the first of it. Change the elevator code. 4. The latter part is missing. That's in the study office. Okay, so in other words, you got to try and figure out the code. Orders. Battle plan. Emperor Mushroom. Area of operation within 4 blocks of Raccoon University. Time 60 minutes. Starting at 5:35 AM. Arms. Basic armament C2 plus extractor. Purpose to gather T's blood, codename T blood, or to kill T and retrieve its body. Supplementary information: biggest priority of the operation is to gather T blood and erase all of T's traces. If the body is deemed too difficult to recover, destroy it in the general area. And that was in the back square of the university yard on the dead mercenary. Peter's diary. Bit of a long one. August 30th. Regent creation is at its final stage. When it is completed and we finally have a means to stop that wretched T-virus. I heard about the university Umbrella's heinous dealings from an ex-head researcher named Greg. I wouldn't have been able to create this reagent without his expertise and assistance. Using viral research for personal gain is unforgivable. We name this reagent Daylight. You don't need a umbrella in the daylight, and I found the name quite suits this reagent considering its main purpose. September 15th. I received a T sample from Greg and tested the daylight on it. It's still not all that stable, but it's managing to suppress the growth of the T viral cell. Victory is nigh. Come to think of it, how did Greg obtain the T sample? He told me a friend secretly got him a sample, but he thinks he's been chased by Umbrella. He is hiding something from me. Well, I shouldn't snoop. A few pages has been torn out. September 19th. It seems that I have been totally mistaken. How could Greg do terrible things? It seems that all this time has been a ruse. He planned everything from the start. There must be another reason why he rushed me to complete the daylight. Am I the only one who, other than Greg, that knows how to create the compound? Is my life in danger, or should I just play dumb for a while? Discarded T sample. Hide compound instructions. Contact George. He needs better friends, in other words. And that was in the student affairs office of the university. And numbers memo. Okay. Yeah. And that was in the general manager's office of the university. So yeah, that's been it for Outbreak Files. I hope everyone's enjoyed this. About 35 minutes. I'm guessing the next one will be the same, because that's the thing, because this might be delayed for a week, because next week is going to be Scare Maze videos and reviews on them things, so like vlogs and stuff. So this, like the next reading, obviously it's going to be Resident Evil Outbreak File 2, like November, like early November, first Tuesday in November. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time.